Man, I hate to say it, but kind of needs to be said at this point. The media is always talking about it on TV, but I think the Lakers are actual contenders at this point. Again, I hate to say it. I made a video probably a month ago, however long it's been since they acquired Luka. I was saying it's not a good fit. LeBron and Luka is not a good fit. I see the Lakers getting knocked out in the second round of the playoffs at best, and man, I don't know if I think they're a championship contender. I don't think they could make it past OKC, but I definitely think they can make the Western Conference Finals now at least. LeBron and Luka are playing great. I didn't think it would be a good fit, but LeBron has kind of pulled back his usage rate and his ball handling duties and kind of given it all to Luka Doncic. At this point in LeBron's career, he's not a spot up 3-point shooter, but if that's all he does, I think he shoots like 39% from three at this point, which is really good. So it's not like LeBron can't spot up and play off of Luka. It's better than Luka spotting up and trying to shoot catch and shoot threes from LeBron, because LeBron at this point in his career is a better catch and shoot 3-point shooter and just a better 3-point shooter overall. Um, Let me check it out real quick. That was his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's come all the way down. Here's the 3-point percentages. It was 41% last year, which is insane, and then 39.1% this year. So he's an elite 3-point shooter at this point. I mean, just say what it is. If you're shooting 39% from three on 6 attempts, you're just an elite shooter. If you're over like even 38% from three, in my opinion, you're pretty much one of those top tier shooters. Because if you're 40% or above, that's just pretty amazing. LeBron's right there at 39%. So again, he's a better catch and shoot shooter than Luka Doncic is, just off of the threes, and Luka can kind of create for him and pass out to get LeBron and all the other teammates open looks. They'll run pick and rolls and pick and pops with Luka and LeBron. It's so tough. I've seen so many full court touchdown passes from LeBron to Luka, Luka to LeBron. Just any other players that are cherry picking out there. So that's really crazy to watch. If we see here's the Western Conference standings. So I don't think they can beat Oklahoma City again. Comment below if you think I'm wrong. Let me know why you think they would be tough for OKC. I think it'll be a good series, but I think OKC would just come out on top. They got knocked out last year. They had an MVP candidate with SGA. They still have him. Everyone's taking steps forward. J-Dub, SGA, just the whole team. They're not even healthy. Like Chet hasn't been healthy most of the time. They've been missing pieces all season long, and they're still 49-11. I'm a Spurs fan. It reminds me of like the 2014, 2007 Spurs. Nobody was seriously injured, but hey, this guy has a knick-knack injury. Just sit down for 2 or 3 games. 3 games later, this guy has a knick-knack injury. Oh, just sit down for 5 games. You're good. And we were just a lot of the times we weren't at full strength and still go out and win. 50, 60 plus games. Just next man up mentality. And OKC is just a machine. Just plug in the cogs and they're ready to go. But when they're at full strength, I can't see the Lakers beating them. Um, but other than that, I mean, I said like a month ago when they got Luka, I said they can't beat Denver, they can't beat Memphis, and I wouldn't say they can't at this point. I still have Denver as a favorite and Memphis as a favorite over them. I don't think they have anything to deal with Jokic. I don't think they have anything to deal with Jaren Jackson Jr. either. I don't know why they didn't keep Mark Williams. I know they said they failed the physical for Los Angeles, so Mark Williams didn't pass the Los Angeles physical, so of course they sent him back to Charlotte. Whatever. That's kind of what people thought it was, even though there was some speculation as to what it actually was. But Mark Williams goes back to Charlotte. If you don't know who Mark Williams is, he's like a 16.9 rebound center on Charlotte, so he's really solid, and you think it would help the Lakers out a lot, with the size they're lacking. But he goes back to Charlotte. They have like multiple doctors give Mark Williams physicals and say, Mark Williams is totally fine. I don't know if they're doing some kind of lawsuit, isn't the word, but investigation with the league or whatever you call it, to see if Mark Williams, should have actually passed that physical. But regardless of that, all teams do physicals differently. So maybe he didn't pass the Lakers physical. But just for the sake of argument, let's say he was good to go, because a lot of people seem to think he's just fine. He's still playing for Charlotte. He looks fine out there when he plays. But the Lakers failed his physical. Let's just say for sake of argument, he passes the physical. I think he'd be a great addition to the Lakers. I don't see They could definitely use his size. They could use 16 points and 9 rebounds a night. Really, really bad. They have Jackson Hayes, but he's solid. He's a good lob threat. He's a solid player, but he's not that 7 foot big man that you really need. That's gonna get you, 10 plus rebounds a game in the playoffs and guard guys like Jokic and guard guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr. is so tough with his three ball. He gets off the dribble. He's just so tough. Lakers have no answer for him, in my opinion. They have no answer for Jokic either. But with that being said, I still think they could possibly win. They could possibly beat Denver or Memphis. I mean, the only team I don't think they can beat is Oklahoma City, just with how good OKC is. But with Luka and Doncic both playing out there at the same time, some people were saying it when the trade first happened. I wasn't on that side. I was saying they don't fit good together. It's redundant. Their skill set, they both do the same thing. But LeBron took the step back. Credit to him. He hasn't turned himself into a complete spot-up three-point shooter, but he does spot up a lot and lets Luka do his thing. He'll run pick and rolls with Luka, pick and pops, and it's really tough to stop. But yeah, back to the Mark Williams thing. I don't know why. I don't know why LA wouldn't have taken him. I feel like Los Angeles doctors, all the doctors do things differently on the NBA teams. All the doctors are looking for different things. Let's say a player passes a physical in Los Angeles, they might try to go to Denver and then fail the physical in Denver. All the teams have different like points they're going for, different things they will pass and won't pass. So maybe the Lakers saw Mark Williams' body. I'm not saying anything is or isn't wrong with him, but maybe they saw his body and said, "Hey man, like this doesn't pass, the Los Angeles Lakers physical." But then he goes back to Charlotte, and he's passing the Charlotte Hornets physicals, but it just makes no sense to me. Again, I don't know if he should have or shouldn't have passed the physical, but thinking from the Lakers standpoint, I don't see any reason at this point why they would have lied about him passing. Because let me know below what you think, but they would have loved to have him. He would have helped out the Lakers so much. A big old center like that, especially going to the playoffs, he would have been the guy that can. No one's gonna stop Jokic. No one's gonna stop Jaren Jackson Jr. But you'd have had a better chance in the post than Jackson Hayes or anything else the Lakers have. But yeah, I mean, it just comes down to seeing, I guess, what the Lakers want to do. If you look through here, Lakers, Denver, Memphis, Houston, 21 losses for LA, 22 losses for Denver and Memphis, 23 losses for Houston. So, I mean, LA, they could easily slip down 1-2 to the 5 seed. That could easily happen as the season goes on. But LA's won 12 of their last 14 games. I think they've won 6 in a row right now, so they're just on fire. Everything's clicking. They look great since Luka got there, and Luka's only getting more and more loose out there. He's looking more like himself now, so it's kind of scary, to be honest. I feel like the Lakers are definitely a contender to get to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they could beat OKC in the conference finals if that is the matchup, but I mean, I would put OKC as the favorite, but I thought people were stupid when they were saying this, a month ago. Oh, it's LeBron and Luka, two superstars on one team. They can beat anyone. Anything can happen. I didn't agree with that, but I kind of do agree with that now. I mean, if they push OKC to Game 7, and Luka goes off or LeBron goes off, you never know. But at the same time, I could see OKC beating them in 6 games. Who knows? OKC is just so good, but I don't just it would just be a weird matchup because OKC, you don't need a big old center for OKC so much. I mean, they do have Chet Holmgren. They have Hartenstein, who's good as well, but I think Jackson Hayes would do a good job on Hartenstein, and then you could have more of a perimeter player guard Chet Holmgren, honestly. So it'll be interesting, but I'm just wondering what LA's plan is, what the Lakers want to do, because right now they're the 2 seed, so they'd match up against Golden State if Golden State wins the play-in game. I wouldn't like that if I was a Los Angeles fan. I wouldn't want to play Golden State if I was a Lakers fan. I wouldn't so much be afraid. I think they can beat Golden State, but I think Golden State would give them more trouble than the Clippers. So if I was the Lakers, wherever the Clippers land, I'm going to try to land in whichever seed gets me the Clippers in round 1, because I don't want to play Houston, Golden State. I wouldn't be scared of Minnesota if I was a Lakers fan, but I'd rather play the Clippers than. I mean, I think Minnesota would match up better with the Lakers than the Clippers, to be honest. Golden State for sure would match up better. I try to drop down to that 3 slot and then match up against the Clippers. No wear and tear from the traveling. You're just chilling in LA for the whole first round, so that would be good. Just resting up for the first round. I feel like the Lakers will just dispatch of the Clippers pretty easily. Maybe the Clippers get it to 6 games, but I don't believe in James Harden at all at this point in his career. I still believe in Kawhi from like a game-to-game basis. Coming from a San Antonio fan, I don't hate on Kawhi at all. I just love and respect Kawhi. The way things ended, I don't know, was his injuries real or were they exaggerating it? He is injury prone. His injuries are real, but at the same time, they could have been exaggerating to get out of San Antonio. No, whatever. It's fine. He helped us win a championship. I love Kawhi. He look at our ceiling in the Frost Bank Center, and you'll see that 2014 banner up there, and wouldn't have had it without Kawhi. But anyway, yeah, I'd rather match up with the Clippers if I was the Lakers. I don't want to see Golden State in the first round. I don't think there'd be any way they'd match up with Houston or Memphis. I don't see them dropping, but I wouldn't want to see them. So yeah, maybe drop down the 3rd seed and match up with the Clippers. I feel like that would be the easiest matchup for the Lakers. I feel like they would just smoke the Clippers in 5 or 6 games, to be honest. And then again, they're in Los Angeles the whole time, just relaxing, driving their own cars to the games. You know what I mean? Like there's no flights happening or anything. So it'll be a good. I don't want to call it a rest series because the Clippers probably being insulting to Clippers fans right now, but I don't think y'all have any chance against the Lakers. I was gonna say, oh, what if James Harden gets hot, or what if Kawhi gets hot? It just doesn't matter. Y'all aren't beating the Lakers. But yeah, that would be a pretty easy series for the Lakers. Again, no wear and tear from travel. So I try to drop down to the 3 seed and match up against the Clippers if I was them. But back to what I was saying, I do think they're real contenders. Again, I hate to say it, but they're in the number 2 seed in the West now. They have 10 more losses than Oklahoma City, but Oklahoma City's in a tier of their own. When you compare them to all the other teams here, below Oklahoma City, besides Denver and Memphis, and I'll say there's no one they can't beat. They can't beat Denver. They can beat Memphis, but I put my money on Denver or Memphis above the Lakers, just because of their lack of a big man. They're not going to be able to stop Jokic. They're not going to be able to stop Jaren Jackson Jr. If they do try to double and triple team Jaren Jackson Jr., John Moran is out there, Desmond Bane is out there. Memphis is they're just so good in my opinion with that 3-headed monster they have. They're built for playoff success. Honestly, we'll see. We'll see how Ja looks. Lakers have no one to really guard John Morant. They have no one to guard Jaren Jackson Jr. I think that would just be tough for them against Memphis or Denver. I think they have a better chance against Denver, to be honest. But I don't know. You just have to see how the matchups would shake out. Yeah, I'd rather match up with the Clippers if I'm a Lakers fan. But we'll see what happens as the season continues. But I'm at the point I have to call them contenders. Again, I said a month ago these guys aren't contenders, because when someone says contender, I'm thinking a championship contender. I heard them talking. It was like on First Take the other day. Stephen A. Smith, they're saying, oh, how many contenders do you have in the West? Stephen A. Smith says, oh, I got these 6 teams. I swear he said 5 or 6 teams. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about, dude? Stop trying to not offend fan bases or whatever you're doing, bro. Just say who the contenders are. If I had to pick contenders, I'd say probably OKC, LA. I guess in Denver, that's really all I'd put in there. I don't think Memphis would really. I'm pretty sure they would not beat OKC if they ran into OKC. So with Memphis, again, it's just a matchup thing. If they match up with the Lakers, I don't think that's good for LA. I think Lakers can beat them, but I'd have my money on Memphis to beat the Lakers. But then they get to the conference finals and see OKC, and I don't think they have really much of a chance against OKC. Yeah, let me know what you think about the Lakers' championship chances, how serious you think they are, and also what seed you think they should finish in, and what not so much what seed you think they should finish in, because things are going to shake up a lot as the season winds down, but just what first round matchup you think would be the best for them. Because in my opinion, I'd rather run into the Clippers than Golden State if I was them. And I'd rather run into the Clippers instead of Minnesota, honestly, too, because Minnesota, they have Anthony Edwards, they have Naz Reid, they have some lengthy defenders, they're athletic, Alexander Walker, McDaniels. I think they would give LA a lot of trouble, honestly, just with all their long defenders, how athletic they are, and then Anthony Edwards can always go off. I still have the Lakers as the favorite in that series, But if I was a Lakers fan, I'd rather see the Clippers over Golden State or Minnesota. But please comment below what you think, about their chances, what their best first round matchup is as well, and please like and subscribe as well.